Hi guys, thanks for joining me as I introduce you to my creative space. This is Vicki, the Literal Crafter, and we are about to enter my studio through this barn door. I have recorded several of these videos and I struggle with how to approach introducing you to the studio. So I've decided to basically do a quick intro video to my space, and then we'll do subsequent videos to dive in. So I'm going to start down a uneventful hallway just to show you. This is just collage paper napkins. It's kind of a hodgepodge of stuff that is ready for me to grab and use, as well as some extra glues and things. And now I'm going to get you out of this hallway. And I'm going to start back here. This is my main workspace. This nook, as I call it, is about 100 square feet of space. It's 20% of the studio. That table goes up and down. And there's kind of layers here. So this is a cart that I can easily move out of the way. This is another cart I can easily move out of the way, and the stuff in there is basically storage. I don't need to get in there often, so it's fine that it's buried, whoops, behind two carts. My wall of washi. One of the first mixed media pieces that I ever made. Back in our utility space, I have installed a bar, and I hang stuff up, and we'll look at that later. I recently moved fussy cuts and some small layering pieces to these organizers, and I now use them way more that they're out there. That is one of my many metal carts. You'll notice there are wheels. I put those on wheels. Everything in my studio is on wheels, except for a few of the tables and this piece in the corner. So I'm just taking you as a general walkthrough to the studio, just to give you a feel for it. So we're at the back wall, which is actually the front of the house. And this is my mixed media area. So that is my supplies. And I have this big 4x8 foot table that I made. Counter height, storage underneath. I'm able to keep my gel plate, my large gel plate, my small tag gel plate out on the table at all times. So at any point in time, I can whip out a gel print pretty quickly. I have a rolling cart here. I have some bins with fabric, denim, and then those bins on the bottom are paper. Another rolling cart. Drying rack. I have a fan mounted up here. It's just a clip fan, so I can easily move it, but I have no patience. So like if I dye fabric or anything, I put it on that rack and it dries quickly. You'll see throughout the studio these armoires. They are all thrifted. I have altered all of them to meet my own needs. And in subsequent videos, we'll take a look at what's inside and how it's organized. I did mention that everything is on wheels, including these, so I can easily move things around, or I always tend to drop things that fall underneath these. I can wheel them out and get whatever I dropped. That top shelf back there is things that I've finished, as well as just some decorative items. A couple of reference books. This is my inspiration corner. I'm just going to back up so you can see this. More metal carts, and that's one. I like to have all the different categories. I like things separate, but also I can afford the metal carts, but the big thousands of dollars wooden apothecaries, not so much. So this armoire here, it's a large armoire. It was very heavy. It's 2 feet deep, and 2 feet deep space is cavernous. So what I did is I essentially gutted the entire thing. I built shelves and I made a front and a back. So this is the front. These two shelves are the doors that were on the cabinet that I repurposed into shelves. Just letting you take a look here. So that's the front. And then there's a back. So I removed the back. It's been reinforced so it doesn't twist or collapse. And then I have storage on the back side, and that makes it way more functional than just reaching from the front 2 feet back. Here's a storage tip for you. When you have a space with nothing in it and you find something that fits well, just put the empty container there. So these 3 are empty, but they fit perfectly. So they're up here. When I'm ready to put things in them, I have a storage container for them. So more metal cabinets here. You'll see I've made use of the ceiling. So we have an open ceiling in the basement. If we put a drop ceiling in, it will be too low. My boyfriend's very tall, and he would not be able to stand up. I love having the open ceiling. I can do things like this. Right, here's just a box with birch bark in it. When the bark falls off the tree, I put it in that box. It's visible. I can remember that it's there and I can use it. The cable, that's the coax for our internet. And I use it as a clothesline. So these are fabrics that I've dyed or worked on, and I like them so they're on display rather than sitting in a drawer somewhere. I already showed you the fan. I have this little basket here with some more art foamies. These are art foamies I don't use that often, but I want them handy. Here's a teaser. In a subsequent video, I will show you what is in that. That is a muffin tin stored in the ceiling. It's large. And then I have these papers in the ceiling. They're tacked up there. They are specialty papers. They were quite expensive in a local art store. And they are very large. They're like 2 by 3 feet, so awkward to store. And I like looking at them, and I want to remember I have them. So I tacked them to the ceiling. Okay, so you have walked through the main part of my studio. I'm going to come over to the other side just for a moment. This is another bookshelf. This came two-sided, so that's great. I believe in using all of your space, so both sides have stuff on them, and then each end I have these things hanging with vintage trims and lace. This side is my fabric, some of my fabric. And then up there is part of my doily collection. I like to have it on display because I think it's pretty. Okay, I'm going to show you the annex to the studio. Right before you enter the studio is the laundry room and powder room and a small storage room for the house. So I'm very fortunate to have a slop sink right outside of my studio. I built this table. I used to have just a card table here. Was not sufficient. I built a sturdier table. It's taller. Made this shelf to sit on top. So I have drying racks. I wash stencils, and this is all microfiber cloth, and I just leave them in there to dry. Various cleaning items, iron water, rust water. Not everything in here is for the studio, but some is. I have upholstery fabric. You're probably getting the idea accurately that I like to separate things and categorize things. That's how my brain works. This tote is empty. This has mostly extra Tim Holtz distress sprays, re-inkers, etc. I came upon a fantastic sale and stocked up. I have some fabric in this tote, and everything, mostly everything else in here is non-studio. These few boxes are for dyeing, so towels, pots, things like that that are dedicated to dyeing fabrics and papers. And then a lace collection. The lace collection is everything from lacy shirts to bridal lace to curtains. Some of this is your, I'll say, more expensive lace, but it's all thrifted very cheap. But some of it would be considered cheaper lace. Some is just beautiful and soft. Most of these are panels, so they're larger pieces. And then most of the colored lace is thrifted from dresses, shirts, and so on. There's a bunch of cheesecloth panels in here. Clothes that I thrifted for the textures. Oops, I lost the light. Hang on, guys. It's an automatic light in here. Okay. Various types of fabrics. Everything is thrifted. I'm pretty cheap when it comes to this type of thing. So if I can't thrift it cheap, I don't buy it. It's all black laces. Oh, and a couple winter jackets. But those are real jackets. So that is what I call my annex. And there is more fabric. And everything's categorized, guys, because that's how my brain works, right? So all of this is a heavier weight. It would be great for journal covers. Most of it is very neutral, as you can see. A few pieces are not. And most of this side, it's thinner fabric. I mean, I could still use it. I just wouldn't use it as a primary cover. It would be more for layering. And that's it. That's the studio and the annex. So let's just take one more look. I'm standing in the entrance. I'm just going to pan the studio. So I'm hoping by sharing, I can inspire somebody in how they organize. Future videos will share tips, tricks, and hacks for organizing. Might even inspire somebody to consider using something new or different in their art. And that's it, guys. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you'll join me for the entire video series, which hopefully I'll be doing at least a video a week, maybe more, maybe a little less. If there's something you really want to see or know about, feel free to put it in the comments below and I'll try to go there next. If you liked the video, a thumbs up would be appreciated. Consider subscribing to my channel and make it a crafty day. Bye, guys.